Welcome to this week's edition of the Weekly What's Up. I'm Jacob Clore.
And I'm Olivia Bracia, and this is your Weird National News.
This story demonstrates why we must all drink responsibly. According to the Huffington Post, 44-year-old Jerome Clemens was arrested and charged with 1 count of arson after he set fire to a vehicle and burned part of his own home. Why did this horrible incident ensue? His niece refused to drive him to the liquor store. Clemens had been drinking when he made the request. Clemens' brother then noticed his brother pouring gas over a large rug and placing that rug on an ATV. He then set the ATV on fire with a lighter. Soon, the rug, the ATV, a garbage can, and various plates were ablaze. Clemens' brother extinguished the fire with a garden hose and called the police. Officers said Clemens had multiple burns, blisters, and peeling skins on his right arm, from his fingers to his shoulder. His house only had minor damage.
You would think that the brother would have interfered when he was pouring gas on the carpets.
It's like, gas, carpets, maybe they go together, and then he lights it on fire. He's like, no!
I wonder what he's going to do next with that.
Yeah. Play a game of 20 questions right here with the rug.
Yeah. Humans do all sorts of crazy things to get attention. One thing that has always stood out to me is sword swallowing. On February 28th, we had our 8th annual World Sword Swallowers Day. According to Huffington Post, on this very special day, skilled sword swallowers from all over the world came together at Ripley's Believe It or Not auditoriums. The president of the Sword Swallowers Association International, Dan Meyer, expects 55 sword swallowers this year, as opposed to the 44 that participated last year. A few names for these daredevils include Brett Loudermilk, George the Gentle Giant MacArthur, and David Perret Ferry. Some swallowers are even taking their skill to the next level. For instance, Perret Ferry plans to swallow his sword while sandwiched between 2 beds of nails and then have someone smash a cinder block with a sledgehammer on top of him.
Did he die? That's all I have to say. That sounds a little too over the top. And I know people think over the top. They're like, oh, we can push the boundaries. But no, that's just a boundary you should not push.
Yeah, getting smashed by a cinder block is not my idea of impressing the world, but okay.
I love how sword swallowing, it's kind of a tongue twister, don't you think? Sword swallowing.
It is spelled like that.
Yeah. Well, apparently stealing lunch money is not limited to schoolyard bullies. According to the Huffington Post, a school bus aide has been charged with stealing lunch money and bagged lunches from preschoolers in Millville, New Jersey. 33-year-old Rosa Rios was caught on surveillance rummaging through students' backpacks. Authorities looked through the footage because the bus driver Rios worked for claimed that someone had stolen $400 from her. The Shepherd Bus Company states that Rios no longer works for them. Rios was charged Friday with robbery and theft.
You think that those bus drivers don't make enough money?
Yeah. I mean, bus drivers really don't make a lot. I mean, they just have their routes in the morning, the routes in the afternoon, but that's so mean.
Kill me the day I start stealing from little kids' lunches.
I know, it's just...
Jake, how do you feel about our society's obsession with online dating and meeting for real relationships?
Well, it's kind of how my sister got married.
Okay. Well, however much you say you support it, I'm not sure you would ever go as far as this woman went on her online relationship. On a recent episode of Dr. Phil, a woman named Sarah is reported on sending almost $1 million to a man she met online, whom she's never met in person. Sarah has previously been divorced twice, and despite that, what everyone is telling her and how it may seem, she still doesn't think it's a scam. Her hubby, Chris Olsen, consistently makes up reasons for why he can't return to the States. Although this relationship has been going on for 18 months, Sarah still claims that they are in love. Even her family members try to convince Sarah that this is a con. Even still, she is blinded by the fantasy.
Wow. I mean, this is the perfect example for why you shouldn't trust strangers, especially on the internet. I mean, gosh, $1 million? How much does this woman have?
I know,
Send
right?
me some money, please.
And other than that fact, if I was in a relationship with somebody, I wouldn't just be sending them money frivolously.
Especially since they haven't met.
Doesn't match up with me.
Ugh. A woman in North Dakota found herself in hot water after neighbors complained that she prayed too loudly. According to Fox News, Martha Nogby was fined $150 for unnecessary noise. Nogby claims she has an inalienable right to pray, stating, "In the United States, it is one nation under God." Police in Lisbon have ticketed Nogby for disturbing the peace after finding her on city sidewalks singing verses of praise. Police Chief Jeanette Parsons claims Nogby is not in trouble for her speech. She's just being too loud for too long. Nogby's husband, Pastor Julie Nogby of United Methodist Church in Lisbon, claims his wife is being harassed. He stated that for them to antagonize her to make her look like a bad person sometimes makes me angry. Somebody should give her the respect that she deserves. Police Chief Parsons states that Nagmi might face more fines if she continues to pray at such a high volume.
If you take a trip down to Lynchburg and visit my grandparents at their church, this is probably where that happened, because the people there that are singing are obnoxious. They are so loud.
Hallelujah!
Oh my God, it's such a stereotype. It's amazing to watch, but I'm surprised that this woman actually got into trouble for it. Thievery is certainly something that can't be taken lightly. Criminals all over the world extend their 5-finger discount to just about anything they can get away with. However, some particular thieves in Oregon probably had to use more than 5 fingers to steal an entire house. In Klamath County, a house, that's right, an entire house was reported missing. The home, although presumably mobile, was in fact made of logs. It took 2 days for a police search to find the log cabin. The only logical explanation police can reason is that thieves busted the foundation, put a lowboy underneath it, and carried it away like a trailer.
Wow, that sounds like quite the feat. I mean, a whole house. It's not like you just walk back home and you're like, uh-oh, honey, the house is gone. Like, that's just not something you hear every day.
I'm guessing the cabin didn't have neighbors, didn't see a literal house being lifted up and moved.
It must have been like a Thoreau house, you know, the old philosopher that lived in the woods for like a long time. Well, that's all we have for this week's edition of Weird National News. But stay tuned, because when we come back, we will have Lucy Brascia and Susanna Shepard with Crazy Contraptions.
I've got a job to do today.
I've got a job to do today.
Have a good first day at work, Mom.
Your donations to Goodwill fund job training programs right in your community.
Feels good to start fresh, right?
Sure does.
And like that, you're a job creator.
Every day across America, excess food is gathered by a network of good people at local food banks, giving hope to millions of children who struggle with hunger. They've earned their wings, and you can too. Together, we can solve child hunger. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
Welcome back to the Weekly What's Up. I'm Susanna Shepard.
And I'm Lucy Brascia.
And this is Crazy Contraptions.
In this day and age, what is one thing almost everyone has? A cell phone, of course. Whether it's used for texting and calling only or for those fun app games, basically everyone has one.
Another thing basically everyone has is an appetite, which might be why the edible gummy iPhone case was created. Described as being protectively delicious, these phone cases are imported from Korea and come in flavors such as fish lip and bitter flower.
So not only do the flavors sound incredibly unappealing, but the case will be going on what is rumored to be one of the most bacteria-infected things most people own.
Think about it. How many times a day do you take your phone to the bathroom and drop it on the ground? It can't be the best thing to eat a gummy off of.
I mean, while I'm a big fan of gummy bears and gummy worms and all those yummy treats, I can't say I'd be all that enthusiastic about this gummy product.
I don't know, and like also, if you eat it, then your phone is not safe, and then your phone is just left sticky and you can't clean it off because they're not waterproof.
Very true. Yeah.
It's just a bad call all around. Well, spring break is this weekend. Can you finally believe it?
So excited.
It's a chance to give all of us a break from this awful winter weather we've been having.
Imagine laying on the beach, enjoying the sun and warmth with an ice cream cone in hand. I mean, that sounds like the life.
It really does. But until your ice cream starts melting and it gets everywhere, what a disaster.
Very sticky, sticky mess. And a way to avoid that mess is with a rotating ice cream cone. It spins itself so you never have it drip on you.
And now, gone are the days of actually licking your ice cream cone like a peasant. It does the work for you.
This is definitely a must-have invention for all you spring breakers out there who just want to enjoy a simple ice cream cone.
I would love it. Too bad I'm not going anywhere for break. Are you doing anything exciting?
I think I might be going to an Amish farm and then maybe a St. Patrick's Day party, but I'm not too sure.
Interesting.
Not that those of us in Blacksburg have to worry about being too hot anytime soon, but when those warm summer days eventually roll around, this next invention is perfect for keeping things cool.
The air-conditioned cooling work shirt is designed for those days when you just can't seem to keep cool. Designed with 2 fans in the back of the shirt and a connecting cable, this shirt is powered by only a few simple batteries.
The airflow that circulates throughout the shirt does the job of keeping the person wearing the shirt cool, but at the price of looking slightly like a marshmallow.
That's a drawback, but actually I'd enjoy that. The shirt's fans have 3 speeds for an array of cooling options. With that in mind, and knowing how fans work, it's funny to imagine the sound of a person would make just while using the shirt, like constantly walking through a wind tunnel, especially at the highest speed fan.
I know if I heard someone walking by and it sounded like they were bringing wind with them, I'd be kind of confused about that.
They're magical.
While on the topic of warm weather gadgets, how about those people at the beach who use metal detectors to look for hidden treasures? Have you ever noticed how clunky those things are?
Yeah. With modern technology, treasure hunters no longer have to carry around those awkward, heavy sticks. New flip-flop metal detectors do all the work for you. You just have to take a stroll down the beach.
The bottom of the flip-flops are designed to detect the hidden metal, and that message is sent to a control box strapped to your leg by a convenient elastic band. When the flip-flops detect the metal, the control box indicates a hidden treasure was found.
The best part is that you can detach the control box and wear the flip-flops casually around town, except for the fact that they're not the most casual looking flip-flops.
They're pretty clunky in my opinion and look kind of like Crocs, but
yeah, they're like weird flip-flop Crocs.
Flip-flop Crocs. Not cute.
Well, that's all we have for this week's Crazy Contraptions. But stay tuned, because when we come back, we'll have Tori Nagel and Haley Levenbaum with viral videos.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
Year, Fox Ridge Apartment Homes has been voted Best of Blacksburg by the Virginia Tech Collegiate Times. Fox Ridge offers convenience and quality at an affordable price. Choose from a wide range of floor plans and enjoy ample parking for you and your friends. Fox Ridge is just minutes from Virginia Tech with 8 Blacksburg transit stops and a direct walking trail to campus. With pools, recreational courts, and a fitness center, it's no wonder Fox Ridge is #1. Guaranteed student leases available now. Visit foxridgeliving.com.
Welcome back to the Weekly What's Up. I'm Tori Nagel.
And I'm Haley Levenbaum.
And these are your viral videos. The past few weeks, the country has been hit with a cold front, bringing in lots of snow. While most kids were enjoying snow days by sledding, one father built a homemade luge track for his children. Check it out.
You ready? I'm not ready yet. Give it a good push when you do. I'm ready. Hey, what's your name?
James.
James, what are we about to do?
Go down the sledding hill.
You got it, man. 1, 2.
Yeah!
That looks really dangerous to me, in my personal opinion. Like, they're like little 2-year-olds and it's fast, and then luging's dangerous and it kills people. It does.
They're definitely older than 2.
No, they're little.
Just because they're little doesn't mean that they're 2.
The third one was like a baby.
But
it was like an
I don't
infant.
think it's that dangerous. It's not like they were like, you know, gaining like 50 miles an hour going around in
You
the
don't know
backyard.
that.
I think you can make a reasonable guess from that video. But they're not in anything.
Agree to disagree.
When she has kids, they're gonna do nothing fun.
They won't, probably. In the snow? I don't do snow.
Ever notice how movie trailers hardly tell you anything about the plot of a film? Screen Junkies on YouTube specializes in creating trailers that are honest to the true nature of films.
Without the rights to some of its most popular titles and its biggest stars' contracts about to expire, watch Marvel Studios scrape the bottom of the barrel for their obscure 70s comic book that barely anyone read, proving once and for all we'll see anything if you slap Marvel's name in front of it. Guardians of the Galaxy. Suit up for Marvel's attempt at Star Wars in a science fantasy adventure about heroes you've never heard of.
Star-Lord.
Who? Protecting a planet none of them live on from an underdeveloped alien villain whose problems you couldn't care less about. We're really reaching here. This was a fun movie. Journey across the galaxy to meet this gang of lovable misfits. There's Captain Star-Lord from America, the human leader from a different time and place, like Captain America. Gamora, the Black Widowish leather-clad female assassin, like Black Widow. Drax, the guy with the killer abs who doesn't understand our customs in a Thor kind of way. Groot, a big hulking tree. Get it? And Rocket, the wisecracking tech genius with a drinking problem, like Tony Stark. What I'm trying to say is, they're the Space Avengers, but I guess it's technically not stealing if they're ripping off themselves. Watch the Guardians race to find an excuse for more Avengers sequels by chasing after the Infinity Stone, an orb of world-conquering power that no one bothers to guard, and a gem so powerful it can kill you just by touching it, unless you're this guy. Or you can join hands to disperse its power, unless you're these guys. Or you can just jam it into a hammer and use it safely from there. It's best not to think about it too hard. You thought the Avengers was nerdy? You ain't seen nothing yet. Between all the action and comedy, get ready for a whole lot of space mumbo-jumbo.
I will unfurl 1,000 years of Kree justice on Xandar.
What's important now is we get the Ravagers' army to help us save Xandar.
So we can give the stone to Yondu?
And the remnants of these systems were forged into concentrated ingots.
Then, if you can figure any of that out, try to figure out why this blue alien isn't working with this blue alien, who's working for this blue alien, to kill this green alien, who both want to kill this purple alien, as does this Christmas-colored alien. But if you get confused, just remember the hero is still the white guy. So experience the swagger of a movie studio drunk on its own power, as Marvel trolls the world with balls-out middle fingers to the audience they know they have in the palm of their hands. Oh, you like superheroes? Well, how about a movie that stars a fucking raccoon and a fucking tree? You like Vin Diesel? Yeah, well, we cast him and he only says one fucking line.
I am Groot.
You want more pedigreed actors? We'll put them in stupid outfits and make them say space bullshit.
All Nova pilots, interlock and form a blockade.
Because who doesn't want to be in a fucking Marvel movie? Hey, recognize that chubby idiot from Parks and Rec? We're gonna turn him into a sex symbol. That would be hilarious. Remember the worst movie we ever made, Howard the Duck? Stick that after the credits when everyone's expecting Avengers 2. It'll totally f with our fans and they'll love it anyways. Speaking of which, remember Thanos from that one scene at the end of the Avengers a few years ago? Well, we're bringing him back, and he's still not doing shit. Why? Because f you. We're Marvel, that's why. What are you gonna do? Watch DC? Thought so. Starring Marvel Chris number 3, Green Natiri, Drax on, Drax off, Chewbacca, The Coon, Blue Man Group, Dr. Steve Rule, and Darkseid, Marvel's Space Avengers. Okay, I get where Star-Lord's Walkman came from, but where do you get a tape deck for a spaceship? Galaxy Shack?
That's pretty good. You know, sometimes like that might have been a better movie than the actual Guardians of the Galaxy. It told how it is.
Yeah, but I don't think I'd go that far. I
go that far?
I appreciate the parallels that they made between the Avengers. I think that's like something a lot of people didn't notice. Yeah. I thought it was
well,
clever.
I didn't notice, so there goes my
it's okay. It's all
superhero
right.
knowledge.
It's fine.
Leave it to Tori.
I'm over it. It's okay.
Our last video shows those weird faceless stick figures come to life.
This I thought was so cool. Like, I want to do this.
We'll get you a morph suit.
Yeah, whoever thought of this is brilliant. Like, no, I don't know, like, if it's like the PR department for like the New York subway, like whatever, they did a really good job. I liked it.
It was
a lot.
funny.
It was clever.
And like the little green one's just like all courteous in the realm of, you can see people being like,
Yeah.
what are you doing? Like, do you even go here?
But they do.
They do.
More
they
than
did.
anyone else.
Exactly, because they're part of the subway. Come to life.
True. That's all we have for viral videos this week.
When we come back, we'll have Kevin Stefani and Mary Desmond with awkward moments.
After year, Fox Ridge Apartment Homes has been voted Best of Blacksburg by the Virginia Tech Collegiate Times. Fox Ridge offers convenience and quality at an affordable price. Choose from a wide range of floor plans and enjoy ample parking for you and your friends. Fox Ridge is just minutes from Virginia Tech with 8 Blacksburg transit stops and a direct walking trail to campus. With pools, recreational courts, and a fitness center, it's no wonder Fox Ridge is #1. Guaranteed student leases available now. Visit foxridgeliving.com.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Welcome back to Weekly What's Up. I'm Mary Desmond.
And I'm Kevin Stefani.
And this is Awkward Moments. This week we'll be looking at awkward family photos. If you've never visited the website awkwardfamilyphotos.com, then please, let us introduce you.
The site is devoted to showing off the most ridiculously uncomfortable and strange family photos known to man.
This first one is quite possibly one of the scariest things I've seen in a long time. It has what appears to be Chewbacca in the picture.
Yeah, he's a little ugly. I don't know if Chewbacca is quite right, but he's more like, have you seen those TLC shows where they have the wolf people?
Yeah,
They're like,
yeah.
They have so much hair that they're actually like wolves.
Yeah, I think it's a mask, but
Yeah.
it looks very
I hope
realistic.
it's a mask.
Yes,
I mean,
I really hope
I
so
feel
too.
so bad if you're one of those wolf people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of looks like Chewbacca, but
It sort of does.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of looks like Wolfman too. The hairy person isn't even the only weird part of this picture. Let's not downplay the fact that the ginger kid in the front is straight up not having this photo shoot at all. He is so done with life.
yeah, he's not about this photo shoot. There's 1,000 places he'd rather be.
Yeah.
And same as the lady is behind the Wolfman Chewbacca thing, who's creeping hardcore. This picture is just kind of unsettling.
It's definitely some sort of like concept piece or something along those lines. Though, if you ask me, I'd say it's sort of a hairy topic.
He's hairy. This next picture is actually just sad. It depicts a little girl's birthday cake. She was turning 7, but they only had a 5 and a 2 candle left.
This is so upsetting. Like, to be quite honest, this is something my family would have done to me. We most likely wouldn't have had the only number it was that I was turning that year, and then they would pull something like this, and then they would like laugh about it. But
I've seen this happen to old people, but it depends on how good humored the child is. You know,
True.
Some children would just cry, and some children would just be so happy.
I mean,
I feel like you would be a happy
yeah,
child.
I was kind of I would just go with it.
Yeah.
But the girl in the picture seems pretty like indifferent towards the whole thing.
And her dad, why is he pulling her hair?
I don't
Just,
know.
like,
Yeah.
what is?
The kid, like, who's like has his chin on the table. He's like just like, he looks tired and sad and
Yeah.
like, oh, I think he just wants to eat the cake, and they just keep taking pictures. He's
Yeah,
like, I want the
and-
cage.
And he's like, Dad, why are you pulling my sister's hair when I want to
Yeah.
eat cake?
That's
you know?
so weird. Why
it's
is the dad?
counterproductive
It's
to
just
what I
so
want.
strange. Yep.
I just don't get it.
What do you get when you mix Colonel Sanders, Telly Savalas, and a random family? One very awkward mystery pick.
This family ended up taking this picture somewhere, but they don't know when or how or why. And the mother in the picture actually passed away, so she can't tell them. So it's actually a mystery.
But why Colonel Sanders? Why Telly Savalas, who I actually had to look up because I didn't know who he was,
Yeah, I
and
did too.
I'm very ashamed. Why is every one of the kids looking in a different direction in this picture?
Yeah, this is one of the favorite pictures that we've shown here today. Because, one, Colonel Sanders is just glorious.
He's just wonderful.
He's just Colonel Sanders.
Gleaming white hair and...
When you see him on the street, like, you're going to get excited and ask for a selfie.
That's
or,
Colonel
like,
Sanders.
Yeah. I mean, the
fried
dude,
chicken.
So much fried chicken.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And what, Telly Savalas? I had to look him up. He was apparently in some show.
He was a big TV star and
Yeah.
movie star back in the day.
Mm-hmm. Our generation is.
Yeah, you got fried chicken and movie star in one picture.
I mean, I'm more excited about Colonel Sanders.
A collection of greatness.
Yeah.
That's good. He kind of, like, Telly Savalas kind of sort of looks like he's about to, like, sell you some, like, Bond laundry detergent. He's like, here I am in this picture.
Like, what?
Like, Billy Mays.
Billy Mays,
Billy
yeah.
Mays here.
Rest in
Telly
peace.
Savalas here.
Poor Billy Mays.
Poor Billy Mays.
Gone too soon. We've all been in this next picture at some point in our lives, when everyone in the picture has no clue what's going on or what to do.
This is literally every single one of my own family pictures. I feel like our childhood pics that we showed earlier in the semester are pretty hard to compete with this. There's just so much to look at.
Mm-hmm. And do you see how they dressed them? Like, whoever dressed them in white semi-dress shirts and jean skirts should be fired. They should take the day off. At least
leave.
one day off to make
No
the world a
bonus
better
for
place. You know, like
leave.
Yeah.
You're fired.
And everyone's expression in this is just so funny. Like the girl with the dark blonde hair, she's just not having it.
She's just like throwing so much shade. She's just
And
like,
all the kids who are crying.
just like all the babies crying. They just
The
want some
photographer
milk.
must have just been like,
Yeah,
this is perfect.
Yes.
Let's snapped it.
There it is. This is it. This is the shot.
Yeah, exactly.
Then there are the two kids at the bottom who are just like crying hysterically. Like I can't even imagine the noises that must have been going on when this picture was taken. Like screaming, probably laughing, crying. There was probably some kicking in the whole thing. It's just.
If I was the parent of all these children, one, I would be sad that I had this many children. And two, I would be happy that my children finally did something useful by making this picture.
And it becoming famous.
Yeah, and they're all so close together in age. How did they have this many children?
Maybe they're all, like maybe some families pooled their kids together to have this one glorious pic.
Well, that's cheating.
That is cheating.
That's not a family photo. That's a pooled family photo.
It is.
Are you trying to put that on your Christmas card? Because I'm not having it.
I'm not having it at all. All right, let's talk about this dress.
This is an important issue.
The dress
needs
that
to
broke
be
the
addressed.
internet. Let's talk about this.
Okay. On three, we say what color we saw. What color we actually think it is.
Yeah. Wait, the one that we actually think it is, or what color we initially saw it as? Because those are two totally different things.
Actually think it is.
What? Okay. What we actually think it is.
Yes.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. White
Blue
and
and black. But I initially saw it as white and gold. I saw it as white and gold, and when I saw everyone saying it was blue and black, I was like, what is life? Am I in purgatory? What? I don't understand.
I also saw both. At first, I could only see white and gold, and then I crossed my eyes real hard like this. And then I saw blue and black, and I was like, whoa.
Okay, I saw it initially as white and gold, legit white and gold. Like, white is this sheet of paper.
I didn't see how it could be
white
blue and
is
black at
this with gold. And then I literally looked away, turned back, and it was freaking black and blue.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I don't know how they did
but
that.
I know
I can
it's
be
black and
looking
blue.
at it and the colors
I know
just
it's black and blue.
change.
It's absolutely black and blue.
It's actually white and gold if you look at it. If you look at the top portion of the dress.
There's no way
you
that
can
people
clearly
could see
the
black and gold if it was actually white and gold. I mean black and white, black and blue if it was actually white and gold. You can only see white and gold if it's black and blue.
If you
Like
look
literally
at
that's
the
a scientific
top
definition.
portion of the dress.
Okay. Well,
it's gold. There's no ifs and or buts.
This is exactly why this past Thursday the dress broke the internet, because
it did break the internet.
comrades right here are going neck and neck about this dress.
It's tearing us apart, but we'll
Something we thought we'd address. Well,
that wraps it up for this week's edition of Awkward Moments. Tune in next week for more weird news.